Once upon a time, in a small, beautiful village surrounded by green hills, there lived a little girl named Riya. Riya was known throughout the village not because she was rich or powerful, but because she had a heart made of pure gold. She believed in a very simple magic. That kindness was the only thing in the world that doubled when you shared it. Every morning, Riya had a routine. Before the sun even fully rose, she would wake up to help her mother clean their small house. Then, she would take a handful of grain and run to the front yard to feed the birds. She would watch them eat with a big smile on her face, believing that if the birds were happy, the day would be a good one. One sunny morning, Riya packed her school bag and took the lunchbox her mother had prepared for her. It was her favorite fresh, warm flatbread and vegetables. Her stomach rumbled just thinking about it. She said goodbye to her mother and started walking down the dusty path toward her school. Halfway to school, near an old banyan tree, Riya stopped. Sitting by the roadside was an old man. He looked very weak. His clothes were torn, his face was covered in dust, and he was shivering even though the sun was shining. Hundreds of people were walking past him, rushing to their jobs, but no one even looked at him. It was as if he was invisible, but Riya saw him. She saw the hunger in his eyes. She looked at her lunchbox, and then she looked at the old man. She knew if she gave away her food, she would be hungry all day, but her heart told her that he needed it more. Quietly, Riya walked up to him. She opened her lunchbox and held it out with two hands. "Grandfather," she said softly, "please have this. You look like you need it." The old man looked up, surprised. His trembling hands took the box. He ate quickly, as if he hadn't seen food in days. When he finished, he looked at Riya with tears in his eyes. He smiled a warm, toothless smile and said, "Thank you, child. You have a very big heart. God is watching, and goodness will find its way back to you." Riya smiled back, picked up her empty box, and ran to school, feeling lighter than air. That evening, the weather suddenly changed. Dark, angry clouds covered the sky, blocking out the moon. A heavy rain began to pour down, turning the village roads into rivers of mud. Thunder shook the ground, and the wind howled like a wolf. Inside their small house, Riya and her mother were terrified. Riya's father, who had gone to the market early that morning to sell vegetables, had not returned. "He should have been home hours ago," Riya's mother said, pacing back and forth near the window. "The bridge near the river is old. What if he is stuck? What if he is hurt?" Riya sat in the corner, praying. She watched the rain lash against the window and felt a knot of fear in her stomach. An hour passed, then two. The storm only got worse. Just as they were beginning to lose all hope, there was a heavy knock on the wooden door. Riya ran to the door and threw it open. A flash of lightning lit up the doorway, and Riya gasped. Standing there, soaked in rain, was the old man from the roadside, and leaning heavily on his shoulder was Riya's father. Her father was limping, his leg covered in mud and blood, but he was alive. "Father!" Riya cried out, pulling him inside. Her mother rushed to help him to a chair. "What happened? We were so worried." Riya's father took a deep breath, shivering from the cold. "I was coming back when the storm hit," he explained, his voice shaking. "My cart got stuck in the mud, and a heavy branch fell on my leg. I couldn't move. The water was rising around me. I thought I wouldn't make it." He looked at the old man, who was standing quietly by the door. Then, out of nowhere, this man appeared. Riya's father continued. "I don't know where he got the strength, but he pulled the branch off my leg. He lifted me up and helped me walk all the way here through the storm." Riya turned to look at the old man. He looked tired, but his eyes were shining with that same warmth from the morning. He looked at Riya and spoke gently. "I was resting under the shelter when I heard a cry for help. My body is old and weak, child. But this morning, you gave me your food. That meal gave me the energy to walk tonight, and your kindness gave me the will to help another soul. The old man smiled. I didn't save your father, Riya. You did. Tears streamed down Ria's face. She finally understood the magic she had always believed in. The kindness she gave away in the morning had traveled a full circle and came back to knock on her door when she needed it most. Moral: kindness always brings happiness. When you help others, you are actually building a bridge for your own future.